What's going on, people? How you doing? TK coming at you. Another beautiful day. Wish positive vibes out there to everyone who takes the time to watch my video. I think I get 4 views on YouTube and maybe 25 views on Facebook. So shout out to you, few people. I want to talk to you guys this morning about the investment process because a lot of times people don't join in the investment crusade. And, failure is usually the end result or the excuse. So, talking to you guys this morning about the process. Now, when I first got started, my concept was, sales. Because everything in business is about making a commission if you can sell something to somebody. I just happened to be involved in businesses that offer gold, silver, and Bitcoin as their product. But of course, even with tangible assets like gold, silver, and Bitcoin, if you're not selling it to someone and people aren't paying you to join in the company that you're in, you're never going to make any commissions. So that's my failure point, is that I've never been able to sell anybody anything. I don't care if I talk to you about gold, silver, or Bitcoin. Nobody says, what's the link to your company? I want to join. I'll definitely spend money with you so that, you can make a commission and I can have the opportunity to sell to other people. And then, of course, they begin to make commissions. So that doesn't happen, and a lot of people look at that as a failure point that they just don't want to deal with. I don't want to have to sell gold, silver, and Bitcoin to anybody. Well, thankfully, I've elevated in the 3 years that I've been doing this to the point where each system that I use also pays a passive income just because I participate. So that means that technically I don't need you to buy from me. I don't need you to join me in any of the 7 systems that I use. Now maybe it takes me another 3 years, or maybe I stay on my job another 6 years, because it really doesn't matter how much more time from this point forward that I spend grinding, because I have a different mentality than probably your mentality. I don't spend what I save in business. Example is Friday I made $41 in Bitcoin. And most people say, oh, I made $41, let me go spend it. I don't spend what I made in Bitcoin, or I don't spend what I make in business, because that defeats my purpose of having a business. My thing is, whatever I make in business, I save it. And of course, I want to get to the point where whatever I've saved in Bitcoin adds up to at least $100,000. Or whatever I make in business, period. My goal is to make $100,000 in every damn platform that I have. And I have 7. So that's my goal. And if it takes me another 3 years or another fucking 6 years, it doesn't matter to me. Because I know that I'm in the mindset of having a business online, earning money from that business online passively just because of the money I put into it, and then saving that money to the point where I can stand on it and hopefully at some point in the future walk away from my job and actually have time freedom. Now, does that happen faster if I was able to sell to people? Yes. Have people walked away from their job in less than a year in the companies that I'm involved in? Yes. The fastest is 45 days. I told you guys, in TCC, a guy made $100,000 in 45 days. So if you can join a network marketing program and you know how to sell to the world and recruit 1,000 people, 1,000,000 people, you're going to make a lot of money. But what I want to say is, to the people like me who can't fucking recruit, you still make money passively, and all of the 7 companies that I participate in. Why? Because they're asset-based. So the assets continue to stack and continue to bring in money. It's called an investment return. So I can now hold my head up. In spite of no one joining me, I can still hold my head up and say I'm successful, because the longer I work, the more money I put into the investments. The more money I put into the investments, the higher investment return that I get every single day. I hope that makes sense, because a lot of times the excuse for not joining someone is, well, you don't know how to recruit. How many people on your team? Well, nobody's on my fucking team, but that doesn't mean I'm not successful, because all 7 companies I participate in are asset-based, and my assets accumulate, and I use dollar cost averaging to constantly add money to the investments that I have so that they bring back a higher return. So the 2 systems that pay me daily, I'm working on constantly adding money to them. It's just that simple. I can get to the point where my investment return is $100 a day in both systems, and then leverage those systems so that I can bring the other systems up even higher. So that's the strategic advice I'm giving to you if you can't recruit. Use dollar cost averaging to constantly add to the principal of the amount you invested so that the return on investment gets higher as time goes on. And then be smart enough not to spend your freaking investment returns, but flip them, compound them, continue to stand on them. Because only when you do that is when you stand the chance to one day walk away from your job. If you're not recruiting and you're just talking about passive income. So I hope this makes sense to you guys in terms of a long-term strategic planning when it comes to passive income, when it comes to doing it without a team. Because everyone thinks that if you don't have a team and you're not recruiting 10,000 people every minute, you're not going to be successful. Team means you make money faster. But passive residual income is how you fucking retire. It just takes longer. It takes dedication. You have to know what your why is. And then you have to aggressively go after what I just outlined. So I'm giving you keys to survive without a team. All you have to do is be dedicated to dollar cost averaging, increase the principal, so that you eventually get to, as I stated earlier in the video, $100 a day in every platform that you're in. Now, maybe you don't have 7 platforms, but I like to get 7 sources of income. That's just me. I learned that from the super rich. The average millionaire has 7 sources of income. None of those incomes from a millionaire probably come from a job. So I don't even count the primary income that I get from my job. I don't even count that. I have 7 online businesses that pay me an investment return. So the goal is to increase the principal in those investments so that I'm winning over time. And the longer I stay on my job, the more I can increase my principal. So listen to what I give out. Use it to your advantage, or don't. At least I'm not faulted because I withheld information. I get credit in God's eye because I at least tried to help people.